Welcome back, Kaya. Nobody's welcoming me back. So
Oh, welcome back, Kaya.
hello. Thank you for joining Points of View. We've got a show for you, but would like for you to join the discussion because we have some hot topics, brewing, popping, everything you can think of. So get your tea, your coffee, and join the discussion. But ladies, we have this one here. And an eighth woman has come forward saying, I was sexually harassed by Andrew Cuomo. Eighth. This one worked with him closely. And she's saying, me too.
She's an employee right now.
Oh, she hasn't left work.
Yeah. Well, she's an employee right now. And the funny thing, I don't have much to say, but the funny thing is, she said that he asked her, "Where's your wedding ring?"
Because she was going through...
He told her she was beautiful in Italian. So is that sexual harassment now, or is that flirting?
Sounds more like flirting to me.
And he looked down her shirt. I don't know.
I think this is probably sending a message that men can't flirt in the work environment.
That's bad.
And that means
I think it's bad too.
Yeah.
That means we can't either.
Yeah.
So if a man comes by and he looks good, we're just gonna have to keep all of that inside.
Well, y'all
Because
have to.
I'm just saying, for me, I don't think that this is sexual harassment.
I don't think so
think
either.
we don't need to start getting it confused. Sexual harassment when men are saying derogatory things to you,
Right.
and
Yeah,
making you,
but you are
touching you,
beautiful.
and groping you. But if a man tell me I'm beautiful, I'm like, thank you, darling.
That's
You
a
handsome
compliment.
too.
Yeah.
And
But
I'm moving
we
on.
spoke about that. We spoke about them crying wolf. This is what happens when they continuously do this. It takes away from the person who really is in trouble.
Being sexually harassed.
Yeah, it's a problem. But they have now, I don't like this. I don't know how you ladies feel, but now they're saying that they have a problem because the black community is coming to support him or he's calling on the help of black leaders. But remember, 61% of the black community are in favor of him staying in that role and not stepping down. So obviously they love him and support him. So I don't see him going after them like they say. They love him and they're going to support him and stand by him.
You know, the problem that I have is that these women don't want to go to the impeachment investigation. I don't understand that.
Oh, they don't want, if they decide to impeach him, they don't want to testify.
They don't want to testify. And I don't understand it. If he did it, stand in it. That's always my thing. If you're going to do something, if you're going to say something, stand in it. You know, so if this person really did this to you, then you should have no problem going in and testifying to the world and saying, yes, he did this, that, and the other. But to me, it's like an admission of guilt when you just say, oh, no, I'm not going to attend. But then they're saying, oh, I don't want to attend the impeachment because it's a sham, basically saying like he's going to get off, like y'all are buying him time so he can stay in office. But guess what? I would rather him stay in office than what we had before. And he got off twice. And we know who I'm talking about, 45.
Exactly.
This man led us, and not just the state of New York, this man led us through that pandemic. When we had no structure.
No leadership.
No leadership. We had no structure. And that's not to say that because of what he did, that if he's
done
that,
that,
he has to get off.
He needs to pay the time.
But from the things that these women are alleging, I don't feel like that he should be impeached for.
I didn't even realize, I'm sorry, Kaya, I didn't even know he can be impeached. I mean,
He's a governor.
how do you
think
impeach
so.
a governor?
I think
He's
it's
a
the same. I
governor.
think
As
it's
a
the
governor,
same
he can be
process. But
impeached.
But New York is standing behind him strong because this is the same governor that went ahead and passed the Family Rights Act for them in New York City.
But
But here's the thing, though.
favor
I just wanted to
of
address
them.
something about the black people. People are saying that leaders are coming behind him. People have to understand this. When a black woman cries, I've been sexually harassed, it's been pushed under the rug. But these are really matters there is evidence, like solid evidence.
Right.
And everything is just like, oh, she's black, she can take it. So I'm thinking black leaders are coming to his aid or to support him because they understand that, and forgive me for what I'm about to say, but they understand that when a white woman comes out and says, I've been sexually harassed because a man said to you, you're beautiful, we don't cry that when it's black women, because I think we've been taught to know the difference between sexual harassment and a compliment.
Oh, yeah.
Because if somebody's saying you're beautiful, I don't see. And here's another problem I'm having. For those who've worked in his office and they say that he say this, he say that, he say that. Why didn't you talk about it with somebody? If you felt uncomfortable, why didn't you go to somebody and say, you chose your job over whatever was going on and whatever you perceived as sexual harassment, but you chose your job and you chose to stay. So now you are crying because other people have cried. You know, we have to be careful with how people have destroyed people in power, because at the end of the day, we look at it and say, you know what, that's a person in a position of power, and this is a person, so they can do anything. But what are the guidelines? That's the question to people who are working for political figures. What are the guidelines for sexual harassment?
That's why we have to wait. That's why we have to wait.
And I think that's what the Black community is saying. They're saying like, hey, we need to wait to see what happens. And that's kind of like the same thing that we're saying at the table as well. And you know, they're trying to saying that, oh, he want to call on the magical Negroes now. We need his help to help against the firewall.
They can't help. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I can't say this too. I want to say this. Anyone that holds federal office, position in federal office, can be impeached. That is the process to get anybody that holds federal office a position. That is the process of getting them out if they committed the crime.
And with me, my advice before we move on, I'll take the former Vice President Pence's advice when he says, when you're a political figure, a person in power, and you are talking to a woman by herself, make sure the door is open and you have somebody else
as a witness.
He was careful about that.
But now he was very careful. That's why he has nothing on him. But now we are moving to Colorado, the massacre that left 10 people dead, and now they have the shooter in custody. Again, his brother is crying, well, maybe it's mental illness. Now, let's be fair.
Obviously.
It is mental illness. So how do we deal with this situation? Because a lot of people have been let off of mental illness.
Well, the thing about it is, all of these crimes, first of all, since 1982, there's been 122 mass shootings in the United States.
Speak on it.
And in recent years, all of those shootings were by AR-15. All of them were by AR-15. Right here in Orlando, where we live at, 49 people were killed at Pulse nightclub by AR-15. So what needs to happen? Gun laws need to be put into,
which is what Biden is pushing for.
Absolutely, because we can't get rid of guns. I feel like that's our right. I feel like as Americans, we should have the right to bear arms. But I do not feel like we should have guns that can kill up a whole crowd. We don't need assault weapons and I think that will remedy the situation, because if a person had a gun that holds 7 bullets, one life is too much, but an AR-15 can take 100 people out. You know, so I just think that needs to change.
Well, I don't know what they're gonna. I agree. I don't know what they're gonna do about this, because every time something happens, they always say, "Oh, we need more gun laws," and then the NRA kind of put out a tweet talking about, "Oh, we need to keep our Second Amendment." So y'all know that just kind of like a huddle call for all of those people that want their guns. But assault rifles need to be banned. And the background checks need to be tightened, and they need to close all of those loopholes. So we're going to see what's going to happen.
Not only close them.
Because we got domestic terrorists.
Not only close them, but during the coronavirus pandemic and everything that happened, gun sales went up significantly. In March alone, you had 2 million new gun buyers. So we not only have to stipulate new laws, we have to confiscate what's already out there.
Ooh, that ain't happening, Candy.
It's not.
But you know what? There's no such thing as can't. I don't believe that. The same way that they go out and they buy the guns and they're able to get it, there should be a system. This is what we'd like to happen. It doesn't mean it will happen. But you're talking about March, 2 million people, up in April, up in June, continuously. This is Boulder, Colorado also, where a significant amount of their population is without jobs, unemployment, 11,000 people out of almost 300,000 people. That's a significant number of people who are just left to wander, left with guns, left with rifles.
Guns away,
so there has to be, but the same way, remember when they had the
turn in the gun?
Yes.
Ain't nobody doing that, Candace. And they're not giving their guns, and they're not going to take their guns.
I wouldn't say it can't or couldn't or wouldn't. What I'm saying that it should. And where there's a possibility, Who knows? But we got to get them off the streets. That's true.
I think when we get rid of racism in America, then we'll get rid of guns.
Of guns.
And I don't think
I'm not giving up my gun, but you can
that's
take
what I'm saying. So you ain't giving up your guns. People are not giving up their guns, Candice.
I don't need to have a rights
law. I think guns shouldn't be in the hands of people that are felons or have records or have mental illness. It shouldn't be in the hands of those. But if you are not a felon, you should be able to bear arms, but not an AR-15. That should be for the. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we gotta go.
That should be for the military.
We'll continue this conversation after the break. Stay tuned. Up next is Media Wave. Now, onto this one, which is really pulling a lot of women on this table's heartstrings because it has something to do with women. But NCAA is choosing to disrespect women who are in basketball. The world is watching, and celebrities are also coming to talk about it. Disturbing, but this is the reality. You could see the disparities. It's just there. Like, it's there. Like, seriously, one set of dumbbells. I don't know. Girls. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, I have skin in the game. My daughter played golf, and she was a student athlete. She's graduated now, and they do treat the girls differently. Even for golf, they treat them at the
very different
low anyway, but they do treat them different. But when I saw this, I was disappointed because these girls are in the championship tournaments just like these young guys are. And you're feeding them meals that come in like a little packet. Their weight room is at the dumbbells, and these boys have all of this space. And I said, this is what social media is good for. It's good to bring things out so you can really see, what's going on. Because if I were a parent, I would be so pissed about this, that my daughter has dumbbells and these boys got all this stuff. So you know what the girls can do? Can we use their gym? Can we go over and use their gym? Oh, no, you can't do COVID. And not only that, the disparities of what they're eating, the weight room, even their COVID tests are different.
Wow.
The boys are getting the detailed PCR test, and the girls are getting a rapid test as well. And it's just so many things that I am so happy that these young ladies are saying, we're going to let y'all see how they treat us while we're playing basketball, and we're doing the same thing that these boys are doing. And I mean, I know other people have, things to say, but look at that.
Oh, that's
so you mean tell me these boys get laid out meals and these girls get it? Meal prep?
Yeah.
Child by.
And you know what? I first want to say this. I do not agree with this, and it is wrong. It is wrong. And I feel like this is another example of why we need equality as a human race. And we have to stop putting a pink and a blue on everything. Pink is for girls, blue is for boys. We have to stop doing that, because I'm gonna say this. This is not the first time I've seen inequality when it comes to gender. Not even just sports. Gender. Just gender as a whole. I think about male cheerleaders. There are some guys that are serious about being cheerleaders, but they don't get the same treatment as the female cheerleaders.
Because the world says cheerleading is
because cheerleading is typically for girls. Many things that are typical of a woman or typical of a man, we got to stop doing that. Yeah. And another thing that's scary, like you said, well, maybe they should let the girls use the gym. But then think about what we just talked about with the Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at the risk that we take then. We want equality, but do we really want equality?
That part.
When we open the door for equality, then it's not a safe space.
Are we ready for it?
It's no longer a safe space anymore when we open this door for equality.
If you're right, because the boys flirt with the girls, they have on their
and then the Me Too movement.
But half of them girls don't want them no way. But anyway.
Yeah, but in a perfect world. It would be nice if they could just all go to the same gym.
Exactly. But here's the thing. This has not started today. I think we even discussed about how much, let's take, for instance, soccer players, how much they get paid. Professional soccer players who are playing as men are getting a lot of money.
Well, it's the
And
same.
professional,
Look at this.
soccer players who are women are getting nothing. Professional basketball players who are men are getting a lot of money. It
And they're
doesn't
women.
make any sense. So this is not just at this level.
Look at that swag
This
bag.
is even
It's
at a
about the
pro
attraction.
level.
It's
Of
about the
course.
attraction.
Who brings the most money?
Who bring
You
them
know,
But the
up?
girls are bringing
I-
money too.
But
But
the most.
I want to say thank you to
still not right.
Sedona Prince for even having the courage to go ahead and show the video. Because if it wasn't for Sedona, we wouldn't even know about this now. And then everybody jumped on board. So thank you to that young lady.
All right, just
Because
park your
the
thought.
thing
Let's
about-
take a look at the video
Okay.
real quick.
Park your thought. Let's look at the video.
Oh, there she is.
I got something to show y'all. So for the NCAA March Madness, the biggest tournament in college basketball for women, this is our weight room. Let me show y'all the men's weight room.
My goodness.
That's the sad reality.
Look at all this.
Now, when
security.
pictures of our weight room got released versus the men's, the NCAA came out with a statement saying that it wasn't money, it was space that was a problem. Let me show y'all something else. Here's our practice court, right? And then here's that weight room. And then here's all this extra space. If you aren't upset about this problem, then you're a part of it.
Carry
That
on.
is terrible. So, thank you to her because she was brave enough to actually do that. You see that she showed us all the video. Usually when you hear something, it's just gossip. According to the NCAA task force that deals with women, 70% of boys outweigh girls as far as scholarship opportunities, schooling, everything. But also, like Giselle was saying, there's the other side to that. Because here, in Jamaica, it's predominantly track, right? So you have a problem there too, because a lot of the girls that are there have more testosterone. Now, when a girl has more testosterone, you want to go ahead and criminalize her, embarrass her, and make her feel like she is nobody in the public eye. But yet, the tables are not turned. Like sexism in sports is something that's always been there, and hopefully it won't continue as much. But it has to stop. They have to do something about it.
The
It's not
funny
just
thing
here;
is,
it's
if you
across
look at the whole
board.
thing, you're doomed when you have a son who's playing sport because at the end of the day, we have women who are crying saying, your son raped me. You're doomed if you have a daughter who's playing sport because she's not going to be treated fairly. So now you ask yourself, do I really want to push my child into sports?
Right.
Because either way of the spectrum,
Something's
it's like
gonna
You don't know
us
what's going to
as
happen.
as black people, we are fighting another different fight, which is not the food and the gyms and everything. It's just it's also racism. And we were talking about Deshaun Watson. Look at what he's going through. And then now we have women who are being mistreated, and your daughter went through the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like the
She went
sports
through a lot.
Terrible. Well, see, especially with golf.
She went through a
because
lot.
the old boys, when I was at Golf Week magazine, I saw a lot of that up close. And that old boy club is still that old boys
Yeah, it
club
is.
Of course,
today.
of course.
And I think, I don't want to make one sport worse than the other, but golf is really bad.
Oh no, golf
It
is
is.
out there when it
Yeah.
comes to racism.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
everything.
yeah, they're
They
out
thought
there.
It's a prestigious sport that black people cannot get into. So the light-skinned people
yeah.
like Tiger Woods are the ones who
And
have
my daughter's
privilege.
my daughter's brown. And when she plays golf, she gets darker because she's in the sun.
Right.
We face those disparities even now, even in the 2000s when she
Of
would go to a golf
course.
course and people would come up to her like, "Oh, I didn't know black girls play golf." And I told my daughter like, "What?" But anyway, so I think Mr. Mark Emright is the president of the NCAA. He's apologized as well. The vice president has apologized.
They're always
as well.
apologizing.
But
They're
so
cops.
late on
But my
that.
thing is, it's too late for that because
Yeah.
even the photos, there are disparities in the photos. So
Of
the
course.
girls had 0 photos.
Yeah.
0. And it was the top 4 teams. 0 photos. And the boys had over 222 photos and number 16. So that means number 16 in the ranking. I don't know if people look at basketball. They had photos of them in the men's basketball, but you had 4 top seeds with 0 photos. So to me, that it's an
And they
outrage.
blamed everything
It
on
is.
COVID.
It's
We don't
an
have
outrage.
enough people because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, they
Oh.
did.
But you have enough people for the boys. So that's just
You can
what
get
it
some
is with
interns.
sports.
Now, listen, I have a friend that her daughter intern for NCAA. So that means you can get some interns that want to be photographers and put them on there and say, hey, come here. We need you to go over here and we need you to take these photos.
Yeah,
so it's awful.
We just need to start. We just need to start being more inclusive. That's even when it comes to restrooms when we go in the public. Because guess what? When we're at home, there is no men's restroom. There's no women's restroom.
And
everybody use the same restroom.
Yeah, but just like
so everybody should use the same gym.
Just like I told Candice, that's not gonna happen. I'm telling y'all,
I understand that. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I disagree with you because I do believe in the future. I do believe in the future that restrooms and things like that and gyms, it will be more inclusive. It's
as long as the people as long as the people that right now, Giselle, that have power, those things are not going to happen because you know the fallacy and the falsehood.
You hit them in their pockets.
I'm just saying the fallacy and the falsehood
people in their
that
pockets,
America
trust me, things will
is
change.
a Christian
organization. In their pockets,
they're not going to do it.
Not only I definitely
when that dollar change, that mouth will change.
I definitely won't go into a co-ed gym.
Well, it's been heated conversation after heated conversation. This one seems to be heated again, but we'll continue with that one again on our break. But thanks to Steph Curry and Kyrie, what's his name? Irvin, for stepping up and speaking on this injustice. Up next is Style Check. Stay tuned. It's Style Check time, and we are bringing international style to the table for you and rate the look. Katrina, take it away.
All righty. Thank you, Miss Kaya, and welcome back.
Yes.
Since she claiming she didn't get a welcome back. Girl, welcome back. Anyway, we are going to talk about international fashion, but we're going to do international fashion in our own waters. Tory Burch, Fall 2021, ready to wear. So we're just going to go ahead and get into Miss Tory Burch. She is an investment for sure. So we're talking about fall 2021. I know it's not even summer yet, but you know, fashion is a season ahead. And they're finally back on track. So now this jacket I do love. I have to really see the pants in a different way because right now she has looking all
I could see you
very men's. Well, yeah, I would. Yeah,
I could see you in this.
I would most definitely do that, but I have to wait for Tory Burch to go on sale, honey.
I would do the top because I like the jacket and the shirt, the way they laid the jacket, the shirt, and the turtleneck.
I love the turtleneck.
But you know, I have to wear pumps with that. I would not wear those menswear shoes because I don't like that cuff like that.
No, I wouldn't.
I like the whole thing, but I think I would do it separately. I wouldn't do it together. So each piece by itself is a winner, but not together. It's too much.
And the model is.
And I was about to say, and I love that she has a model that's ethnic with her little afro because that's how big mine is right now. But we're gonna move on to the next one. Mine's a little bigger than that, I think.
Oh, I love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Give it to me.
Yes.
That I wear everything the way it is the back. The shoes I will change.
I'm gonna change those shoes.
I'm not gonna lie. I might have to look into that belt.
I love
I
it.
know.
Oh,
I
that
think
belt
I might
is
have to look into the belt. That might be a little splurge.
Like a little bit.
We're not spending
it wouldn't be
prices are not
their
that
prices
bad.
are not that bad, so it wouldn't be a.
Did you hear what she said? Oh, push present.
Push present. You know.
Oh,
me?
I push present.
Kaya and I were child.
You're pushing too?
No, but if the people only knew that is the truth. Because, no, for real. I'll give you some behind the scenes tea. Whatever she eats, this is the same thing that she eats. And it's like every day they're connecting. What are we eating today? Not
Baby is gonna look just
like
Giselle.
The baby is gonna look like me, but for other reasons. But we'll talk about that. Don't play with me. I'll put you in child support.
We're witnesses.
All right, so let's move back. Oh my God.
Oh God.
And let's move back. And this handbag is a different style for Tory Burch.
Yes.
I think this
I love
handbag
it.
is going to be a winner.
Yeah.
This handbag is going to be a winner.
I see the bag is very Birkin inspired.
Yeah. That's what I say.
Yes.
So this is going to be a winner because the bag is probably only maybe $4.95 or something like that.
I'm a suit person. This is me, but I would wear it with some sneakers.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like the Birkin bag stuff, I know they're expensive, but I don't really get them to this style of purse. Like
you don't like that kind of.
It's matronly.
It's huge.
Oh, lady,
and
I like
heavy.
it.
Yeah, like she got some peppermints in it and some hard candy. Grandma, you got a
Birkin is
peppermint?
prestige.
Yes, we're
There are
going to
levels
move
to
to the next one.
this.
There's levels to this.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Now,
yes.
I knew Giselle would love this.
Let me tell you.
very high
and
from
she's
the
going to
prairie.
dissect it.
And
So
let me
go.
tell, let me,
Go
but let me
ahead,
tell
Jack.
you why I like what pisses me off about it, because I can't wear it. Because when you're top heavy, this type of stuff does not look
does
good
different.
unless you belt it. If I was to wear this, I would have to cinch the waist area, but it looks so good on people with really
little
it's just-
little breasts.
yeah.
Little breasts.
It takes it goes from fashion, like on me it would go from, on her it looks like fashion, on me it would look like
Matronly, like what are you wearing?
hallelujah,
You're doing
like
too much.
Sunday school,
with that
like yeah.
Sunday school. Now I think these are separate pieces, so I most definitely would wear
That's
that
what I
skirt,
was wondering.
and I would do that top different.
I
I
have to
most
agree
definitely
with
not
you.
do those boots.
I agree. I like the skirt. I wouldn't do the top with it. The
Yeah.
skirt
It's
is
so-
gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
I wouldn't do that.
But the top makes it just look so square.
And she still has
So
on that same
square.
turtleneck.
Yeah. All right, and we're gonna go
Nice.
to our last one for Tory Burch.
Baby.
Oh yeah.
Bring
You
it.
already know.
Bring it.
You
Oh, yeah.
Bring it.
already know.
Oh, yes.
That
I'm gonna let y'all
cold.
have that because you know I don't like that wet.
Is that a wet raincoat?
that's
Y'all
a
know I
look.
don't like that wetness.
That's a look. That's a whole look.
It is, but do you know what I do love?
The
The turtleneck and the handbag.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
I don't
love
like
a
Yes,
turtleneck.
yes,
Ooh.
yes.
Like that.
Yeah, I like that.
I love
I
that
don't.
too. I love that
I
too.
do not. I do not. Well, we're gonna do our rate the look. We're gonna move on to that. But let's talk about this look a little bit more.
Okay,
Go
now
ahead.
with this look right here, me personally, I would switch it up, and I would, because the jacket gives me very Moschino. So I would go that route with it and make it more edgy and like punk rock type
Yeah.
of feel, and not the like Lily in the Valley type purse. I don't really care for that.
Well,
I love the boots.
what I want to do is go check out. I do want to check out those boots when they come, but we're gonna go ahead and move on to rate the look. Yes, our first one. Let's get into it, ladies. This very casual and still upbeat, but you know what I'm going
I
to say
know what
about
you're
this.
gonna
I
say.
know that's
I
why
already
you were
know.
laughing, right? Because y'all know how I feel about cargo pants. I don't worry about it, Kaya. It's just my little clip fell. Giselle, rate. You thinking? I'm giving her a 3. I can go
It's a
first.
10.
Bye, because I don't like cargo pants, but I do like the color combination.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
This is a 10 for me. I
Okay,
love this.
go
Can we see the
ahead.
picture
I
again?
love it.
Because I'd love to.
It's sporty,
Yeah, I would love to
it's
examine
cute,
it.
dress it up, dress it down. I love a cargo pants.
I like it.
Oh my God.
I'll give it a 5
This is
for
a
the
yes.
layout of the ensemble. I like the way she's put things together, but I no.
The colors. We're going to move on to our second look. I'm going to take the cute back fat toes. Yes, let's go ahead. Let's move into our second one. All right, chocolate and aqua.
The
We have
colors
3
are
looks
gorgeous.
already.
Yes.
And you know what? I've
Yes.
never really thought about wearing these 2 colors together.
Really?
No, because you know, it's like people
Gorgeous.
say, this has given me inspiration of putting aqua and chocolate together, because you
Yeah.
have chocolate things sometimes,
Right.
but you don't really know what color you want to wear with it, especially this time of the season.
It's our nude.
Yes, it
Put
is our
anything
new.
with it, yeah.
So I'm giving this a 10 because this, I am going to rock this probably next week. I'm putting some aqua and some chocolate together.
I love
Oh,
this.
me too.
This is a 10. But you know what's good with brown too? Orange. Like a bright
Oh yeah, orange
looks
and
really
brown
good.
go well. Brown and yellow go well.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I
but
love
I didn't.
Brown
that.
and yellow, you like a banana.
It's okay.
Brown and
I
yellow.
look like a banana.
I love the colors, but I love the styles too. The short skirt is a little bit short for me. It'll
Yeah, I
be
wouldn't wear that
it would be
short
a
skirt.
G-string, but I love this. The
Giselle,
colors
what'd you
look
say?
great.
You thinking?
I'll give it. I'll.
I'm being generous today.
Well, okay.
I like it. I just it's
Listen, this is all we have for Style Check. Giselle likes it. She couldn't even give it a number because she likes it so much. But we will be right back. We'll be right back.
taking inventory of your life is needed on a day-to-day basis. Take inventory of your mind, body, and soul. So today we are talking about life cleansing. Ladies, not only do we have to do our inside cleanse, but sometimes we have to do it in life. Who is cleansing? Purging friends, family, everything, boyfriends.
Purge.
Yes.
Purge.
Yes.
Mine was not an intentional purge, but it just so happened that it's that way. I think for me right now, I'm in a transition in life. So things are changing, surroundings are changing, relationships are changing. And at first I was like, okay, this is a bad thing, right? Oh my God, what am I doing? How am I dealing with this? But now that I'm starting to see the end process and why, it makes sense. Just like we spring clean our closet, we have to spring clean our lives.
Of course.
Like you said it best. Take inventory. Where am I going? Where do I want to be? Are my relationships productive? Are they positive? Am I feeding and not only feeding, but being fed? Reciprocal relationships. So I think it's really important to take inventory and know what state and place you are in time so that you can benefit that. Because if you don't know the season that you're in, you will miss some things.
Of course.
So it's important to identify the process and the point in your life where you are so that you can make the changes that you need to make.
I agree with you because every year I think we all make, new year, new me, new goals, new body, new friends, new all this. But I don't think that we do take the time to really understand that phrase, new year, new me. Because, with me, basically every year I do the whole inventory check with my life and I see, okay, what have I really achieved in my personal life first? When it comes to my physical goals, when it comes to my mental goals, when it comes to my relationship goals. You said it well. There are some people that are for a season and some people are for a lifetime. So once you realize who is for a season and who is for a lifetime, you have to look at the cycle. Is the cycle now at the end? It has made full circle and some of you have expired. So in this season of my life, I might not need you to get to where I want to get. And it's not just needing you, but you might be a distraction for me to get to where I want to get. So it's not anything personal, you know what I mean? But it's me. I'm taking inventory of who I am. So that has been something I've done every year. And, sometimes they say that, you just have to keep, when you vibrate higher, those people who can't meet that frequency are going to fall and be at the bottom because they are just not in the same place with you or in the same season with you, or they're just not for a lifetime. With family, it's easy for me. When it comes to family, I feel like when I have my goal and family is trying to distract me, oh no, I'm going to park you for a little bit. I'll park you, or I've really mastered the art of putting people in a compartment. Okay, so you belong here, I'm going to park you right there. And when things do change in life, well, I might take you from that compartment and I'll put you in a different compartment. I'm serious.
Oh, I know. For me, I've looked at it so many different ways, but I think one thing that I would be interested in doing is doing like a social media cleanse. Because we get so wrapped up in what's going on social media constantly, especially people my age and younger. We are constantly engulfed in what's happening or who's wearing this or who looks like this until the point where we don't know who we are. We lose ourselves. Or I know people that are my age that don't know who they are. Or or people that are older than me that's constantly chasing after this look because they see this person on social media with it, or they see this and then next thing you know they did this and did that to themselves.
And you've lost yourself.
They lost themselves. They don't know who they are. So that's something that I honestly, for myself, would love the opportunity to do. Unfortunately, in the entertainment industry that we're in, social media is very important to us, and we have to promote and do those things. But I would love to get off of Facebook for maybe a week. Facebook, Instagram, just a week, or actually
a month.
Yeah. I think that would be more effective. A whole month of just not knowing what's going on with other people and just focusing on myself. Because during the quarantine, all you had was to be in social media or on TV. So we were constantly just watching each other because we didn't have anything else to do. But we had to find other things to help us find ourselves. Yeah. We may find other gifts that we have and we don't even know we had.
I think that's self-control. Because I'm not engulfed in social media. I get on, I do my thing, but but I am older, and when we grew up.
Well, the way you love TikTok.
I do love TikTok, but the thing is, if you are having a bad day, I tell people TikTok is a really good place for you to get some funnies. I'm telling you. But the way that we grew up, I think that's why my generation, we can go through a life cleanse better. We can go through being away from people because we were latchkey kids. We had to go home. We had to do our homework. We had to entertain ourselves. So, going through a cleanse is not as difficult for people that are over 40. And that means when it comes to food and when it comes to people and everything else. Because, I had one of my friends that I talk to you about all the time. She looked at a picture one day of a few of my friends, and she said, "Oh, these relationships has expired." And I looked. I was like,
I wasn't part of the expiration.
No. This is a different one. She said, these relationships has expired, and that's why when you said that, I said it's so true because sometimes you have friendships and they're for you when you're at a point in your life, but when they expire, how do we feel when they expire? Because these people I never
what about
think that.
Family?
Oh yeah, family too. I mean, family too. Now that she said it's easy, but that's been difficult for me to do a cleanse with family because I don't know if people know that I have a twin sister, and it's been it's a difficult thing to cut away family and to let them be them, and like you said, park them and put them in a compartment because both of our parents are deceased. You know what I mean? So I have 3 older brothers and my twin. It's like we're
just to reiterate.
Sorry,
just to reiterate. When you are parking family, you're not cutting them off. But you are saying in this season, nothing is going to destruct you.
That's in your opinion.
That's
in your opinion because
it's still difficult.
I have family members that they're cut.
That you've had.
There's no compartmentalizing anything. My father being one of them. He didn't deserve the relationship with me, and I had to realize that. Myself and my sisters, we attempted to have that relationship with him, and he just,
and he wasn't worthy.
Sometimes you have to.
Well, sometimes you have to cut them completely because at the end of the day, it's all about you. So remember, always choose you. Up next is Girlfriend's Guide. Well, it's Girlfriend's Guide. We smile because we take our shoes off and sometimes our wigs. No, I'm joking. But there is no instruction manual to relationships. Nothing set in stone, but rather theories of what people believe works for their relationship. Now, do you believe in the 90-day rule?
First, we need to know what the 90-day rule is.
The 90-day rule, according to Steve Harvey from Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man and Act Like a Woman. Yes, that. He says that when you are dating somebody, you have to wait 90 days before you sexually present yourself to this person.
Go ahead, Giselle.
I would say, for me, I don't have mine is more than 90 days.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. And I think people should wait for sex. And the reason I think people should wait is because sex changes the dynamics of a relationship. If you want to get into a real relationship, now if you're having fun, have your fun and do your thing. But if this is a person that you can see yourself with in the future, I think you should wait for sex.
I agree.
And to get to know that person, to get to know their family. Because, we talked about it here before. People act when they're dating. When you get to see the real them is when you go out when you go hang out with them with their family. That's when you see the real person. So I agree. You should wait 90 days or more, but I'm waiting a long time. So I already tell my husband out there, honey, he ain't sticking his hand in this cookie jar until we marry. That's it.
Well, if you like myself, you know, it can be, you know, some situations it's 90 seconds, it's 90 minutes. I'm just telling the truth. You know, it depends on the
You know what I love
environment,
about you is
Being
you're very
honest.
authentic.
She's
So
telling the
yes,
truth.
give it to us. You don't pretend.
Look, I appreciate you. Go
I'm
ahead.
telling you, I've been in some
I know.
situations where I done met somebody in 90 seconds, and then next thing you know, it's going down.
It's going down.
But you're right. You know, when it's someone, I've built relationships, strong bonds with people that I never had sex with.
That's good.
Until much later. You know, I really got to know them, and you don't have that fog of the sex. Or sometimes you're in situations where you have sex too early with a person, and the sex can fog your brain.
It messes it up. It does.
And you don't even get to see the person for
who they are,
and the bad part of them, because you're so stuck on the D.
Yeah, yeah. It changed. And the D got a language. It talks.
Stuck on the
right?
D.
You better the P too.
So it'll mess you up. Yeah,
the P talk too.
It'll mess you up. I believe in waiting. I don't believe in putting a limitation on it. Right? Don't put a time on it, because I think when you put a time on it, you start to build an expectation that necessarily may not be there.
Yeah, that's true. Because then he'll be waiting like, okay, it's 89. This day 89.
And then it becomes a lot of pressure.
Tomorrow day 90.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it should be.
I don't think so.
I don't think it should be something that should be verbalized between two people.
And also, I always say too, this is just quick too. When someone asks you what you're looking for, I always feel like if you tell them, then
they'll
become
try to be
that person. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
this is what they are.
Yeah,
This is
show
who
me
they
who
are.
you are.
Yeah, I say, look, you have to take a relationship for yourself. Right? You have to do what works for you. But when you introduce it too early, it does blur the lines. It definitely does.
really
It
does.
skews
Unless
your
it's real
vision.
good.
I mean,
then that can make things,
right.
kind of flow even better sometimes. Seriously.
But then when it
Sometimes
wears
they be like,
off.
"Ooh, I love him."
Exactly.
But then when it wears
Do you love
off,
him or do you love him his sex?
Do you
But
love
then when it
him or
wears
you love
off-
It's like,
something
okay, you
else?
was late, but okay, you make you forget
Where's
about
I myself personally, I believe in waiting, because growing up I was taught that a lady waits. You don't rush into a relationship. If I could wait for 25 years, nothing like 90 seconds, I don't care if you're George Clooney. I'm going to wait, because I believe that before I give me to you, you have to be deserving.
Yeah.
yes.
You know what I mean? Because
So classic.
Oh, yeah.
I just cannot. I don't like regrets. They are there in my life. There are things I regret, like that one relationship I've told you guys. I regret it. But guess what? Even in my regret, I waited, right? I waited to give myself to this person. And when I gave myself to this person, 4 years down the line, you're like, I was in a junkyard. And you know what? But I still hold
You should have
myself.
learned from it.
I still hold myself.
I don't
high.
regret anything.
That's the way to
That's
live.
the way to live.
Giselle.
That's the way to live.
live.
I learned something, but trust
the
me,
way.
I always say if there's a book I can tear out of this book of my life, is that just that part. You know, but I believe
And let me
in
clarify
waiting.
that. I don't regret anything sexually. That's what I was saying. But I may have a few regrets in life. I may have a few regrets in life.
Yeah.
Something, but sexually, I don't regret nothing. It is what it is. You know.
It's done.
Yes, because sometimes you become just numb. You know, sexually, you can become numb to like emotions. Like I
You can turn it
I
off.
can sexually be with somebody and not emotionally get
I
attached
can't.
to
I
them.
can't do that. That's
I
why I
can't
won't
get
do
those
it.
two.
I don't know how to do it.
That's why I cannot even
Can't
be
do
in
it.
a one night stand, because
Can't do
I have
it.
to be sexually attracted to you.
Can't
Oh,
do it.
if I have sex with you, I'm sexually attracted to you.
Right.
Nope.
So it's not about alcohol or I drank too much and we had no. I'll drink enough to make sure my
You
eye
gonna
is
keep your
open. You
eyes
see
open?
that?
Yeah.
I'm not going there. I just can't give you me if I know that there is nothing substantial about you. I can't give you me if I'm going to
You know,
live a
this
life and
topic
say,
could
what
go-
did I do?
This
Can't
topic
do
could
it.
go much deeper. We don't have
It
enough
could.
time
We
for
don't
it.
have enough time for that.
It's so many things
Yeah.
formulating in my mind.
Do say, girl, say them.
To
Say something. We got a little time.
to give my perspective of it, you know, for so long, being a trans woman and dealing with men that are closeted, that only want to deal with you,
In the closet.
in the closet, or deal with you at home, you become accustomed to that.
Numb, like you said.
Yeah, you become accustomed to it, and so sometimes when men think that they're using me, no, I'm using you because I'm not gonna allow you to do anything that I don't want you to do.
That's
so.
right.
So if you hit me up in my DMs or whatever, and I let you come over and we do what we do, it's because I wanted to do.
Exactly.
So you're not
don't get it twisted.
You're not using me.
Yeah.
So, but it's kind of sad sometimes. Not sad, but. I wish it didn't have to be like that, but now I'm to the point where I don't deal with guys that will try to hide me. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, no.
If you got to hide, sneak out, don't worry about it.
No,
so
nobody wants to.
And married men once hit on me, and I say that's not a problem. I don't blame you for getting married. Let's just bring your wife in the equation so she knows what both of us are doing. But that's all we have for today's show. I have a quote for you guys today. You attract what you are, not what you want. If you want great, then be great. That's all. Remember to leave love, laugh, and learn. Till next time. Bye, y'all.